Okay, so the first training misconception that we will discuss is sweating. And this one's one of my favorites. Sweating is a huge misconception. We will often hear the phrase, oh, this person was in such good shape that she worked out for, an hour and a half, or this person ran up all these stairs and hiked for 3 hours and they didn't even break a sweat. And that is completely false. And conversely, we will also hear if someone starts to sweat rapidly, sometimes people will say, oh my gosh, why are you sweating so much? I thought you were in shape. Why are you sweating so profusely? Your shirt is covered. We thought you worked out a lot. We thought you were in shape. Sweating is actually a mechanism that's called a negative feedback loop that is designed to regulate.
Regulators! Mount up!
This regulation will occur to keep a cell or a system or an organism at a certain temperature or at a certain value. And what happens is, with respect to actual sweating comes from the anterior portion of the hypothalamus. And here's a great diagram right here. And we also have sensory receptors in our skin. And so while we start to work out and we generate movement, we have a graph right here that I actually discussed in my previous video for a stretch reflex of a tissue while we generate movement, where you have your displacement and your force output. And then we have the stretch reflex right here. And as I mentioned, in between right here is where thermal heat is created, because we don't get this entire force return back. So these X's right here will generate that thermal heat. That thermal heat will be sensed by the receptors in the skin and communicated back towards the anterior part of that hypothalamus. And therefore that will start the regulation process and the sweating will start to occur.